everyone, and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming. And today we're back with some more Pokemon Delta Battle League battles. This is season 4, week 5, I want to say. That's probably wrong. It might be 6. I don't know. But this is actually a week behind. So this is against Master Roshi and the Aston Villampharos, an old team from the league. And to be honest with you, I don't remember half of what happened in this battle because it's been so long. I didn't have time to record it this last week, unfortunately, so now we're just doing a double feature today of the previous week plus this week. So you can see on his team he's got Conkeldurr, Vileplume, Clefable, Donphan, Rotom Heat, who was the bane of our existence last year. It crit us when we should have won. We had it won, and then he crit us. And then Ferrothorn. I do have Mega Charizard Y. Krookodile. This Krookodile is probably not the best Krookodile. It is a power... What is that? Power? It's not Power Hungry. Can't remember the name of the move. But it's that kind of Krookodile with bulk up. It's essentially like... What's the move? Psycho Shift or whatever? Where it's it's powered up. It's 20... You get 20 base points of damage from each power boost you get. So you bulk up a bunch of times, you get 40 each time you bulk up, and then you hit some. Unfortunately, it does have Clefable and Conkeldurr, which isn't great for us, but we'll see what we can get out of it. Then we have Scabeleye. We have Raichu with the Psychium Z for the Conk, and the Aggron, and the Milotic. So let's see what we can get out of this battle. I'm going to lead off with Charizard just because it hits a lot of things really hard outside of the Rotom. He does lead with Donphan. Now, I could Mega Evolve and go for Solar Beam here, but I don't want to get Stone Edged. I've been Stone Edged too many times with these darn things staying in. So I'm going to switch into Krookodile, get that Intimidate, and unfortunately, he just sets up the Stealth Rock. So I'm like, well, I could have stayed in Solar Beam this thing and probably two-shot it and then been out of a Donphan. But now I can bulk up on this thing. Probably not the best idea because there's a Clefable and there's a Conk sitting in the back. He's going to knock off, which gets rid of my leftovers. Unfortunate because I would like those. I would like to keep those, please. So I'm going to go for another bulk up, knowing I can take an Earthquake pretty well. And at this point, Conkeldurr's Mach Punch is only doing like maybe 40%. And the more I bulk up, the less it does. The less I does. So I'm just going to keep bulking up so I can get a huge Power Trip. That's the name of the move. Get a huge Power Trip off. See what I can do there. I'm just trying out different Krooks so I don't use the same one every week. Do 92%. So unfortunately, I mean, he would have lived on Sturdy anyway, so it didn't really matter. He goes for another Earthquake, does 15%. I probably should have just Power Tripped instead of going for that third bulk up, but what can you do? Now I'm going to go for another one, because even if he switches in the Clefable, I really don't care, because it still hits it nicely. And I do have Iron Tail on this Krookodile. Now, the only problem is if he is or unaware Clefable. So he brings it in, like, either he does not have Iron Tail or he's unaware. It looks like he's unaware because he eats that pretty well. And then Moonblast will be able to take us out. So, unfortunately, Krook not doing anything this week. Or he did get a knockout on Donphan, so he goes neutral this week. He goes neutral. But now I can bring in Aggron, I believe. Yep, Ironside's the Aggron. I could go for a Heavy Slam here, and it'll take out the Clefable. He is going to switch, though, obviously. He's not going to let his Clefable go down that easy. And in comes the Conkeldurr, because it can body me pretty good here. But I set up the Stealth Rocks. Don't go for Heavy Slam. I tricked you. I want to get those Stealth Rocks up, and we get back to full. So I can take any hit from the Conk. So I believe, yep, he goes for knockoff. I'm probably expecting the switch. And I just go for Heavy Slam. Roar. I go for Roar. Like I said, it's been a week, guys. This battle is pretty new to me, too. So I roar into Clefable. We do see Stealth Rock damage, so that does confirm he's unaware Clefable. I'm assuming that's for Moxie Krook, but he just got lucky. I was Power Trip Krook instead, I guess. Then you switch out the Clefable once again into the Ferrothorn, and I believe I roar again because the Clefable can't do anything. Yep, there we go. See you later, Ferrothorn. I believe Conk comes out here. Nope, it's the Flume, the old Vileplume. I believe I Heavy Slam here just because I'm like, I don't know how much Giga Drain will do. It does do a butt ton of damage. I'm like, well, at this point. Heavy Slam does do 70%, which is really nice. And because I've lost so much damage, Clefable won't get a bunch back. But he's not even going to get that much back because I switch anyway. I figure Giga Drain's coming in. This is going to be the best time to get Charizard in. And sure enough, there it comes, Giga Drain. Now I can go for Flamethrower. It's going to do a ton of damage to every Pokemon outside of the Rotom Heat, which I do have Ancient Power for. And I go for that Flamethrower. Boom, there goes the Vileplume. Boom, there goes the Vileplume. And it goes down. Now, I believe Obviously, the Rotom Heat is going to come out here. I assume this is probably Choice Scarf, just like it was last time we battled, but I can't switch in on another thing of rock, so I might as well stay in Ancient Power. He does Volt Switch, which is kind of fine because he's going to be taking another 25% from Stealth Rocks when he comes back in, so I'm not super upset by that play. And plus, it gives us initiative to bring in whatever we want on this Conky Donkey. I'm going to bring in Scabeleye. No, I bring in Raichu. And I believe I don't waste the Psychium Z here. I believe I just Volt Switch, expecting him to switch out. I'm getting a little better at saving my Z moves for the perfect time, because if I would have wasted on this Ferrothorn, not been good. So I do Volt Switch out of here, and I believe this is an Aggron switch. We do have not Miracle. We have Hidden Power Fire on the Milotic, so it can take care of it later. Oh, Scabeleye. So I think I taunt here instead of going for Willow, just because he can switch in the Rotom Heat. I do go for Willow, but I miss. So that's even better. So that's even better. He's going to go for Knockoff, which gets rid of my leftovers, which is unfortunate, because this Sableye is really made to wall out the Conk. You'll see later in the game that the walling doesn't work as well as I would like it to, but that's what I do try. So I go for another Will-O-Wisp here, because I don't care if I burn the Conk right now. Right now, I don't... Or I recover, sorry. But I will Will-O-Wisp here, because right now I don't care about burning the Conk, but... it's going to come into play later. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm like, alright, now I just sit here and recover until this dumb thing can't do anything else. So he goes for Thunder Punch, maybe expecting my Milotic to come in. 100% sure. But now I'm just going to sit here and try and recover spam. Get this Conkeldurr down to a range where like Raichu could come in maybe, or somebody could come in and take care of him. But that knockoff is just doing way too much damage. So I can go for another recover, and I believe I'll live. His knockoff's doing about 60%. Yeah, I'll live another knockoff. But I'm not going to live him for much longer. So he switches up to Thunder Punch here, just in case I switch. He gets the Paralysis, which can is 6. 63% damage. I don't even think we'd live another hit, even if... And we do get the recover off, so we don't live this last hit. Unfortunately, Thunder Punch is going to be able to do enough to KO, and that makes me sad inside. So, unfortunately, getting the burn was probably not the best idea. I don't know why I thought it was, but I did. So now I bring in the Raichu. Obviously, he's going to switch out here. There's no reason to stay in. So I believe I Volt Switch once again, or maybe I go for Psyshock here just to make sure he doesn't stay in, expecting another Volt Switch, which I do. And now I can Volt Switch on the Ferrothorn. I kind of wish I would have put Hidden Power Fire on this thing. I don't even remember what the last move was, to be honest with you. I know I had Volt Switch. I know I had Thunderbolt. I know I had Psyshock. The last move is your guess is as good as mine. But I'm going to switch into the Aggron. Might as well just sack it off here. He goes for a knockoff. Doesn't even KO me because I've already been knocked off. So now I can go for a Heavy Slam, get a little more chip on this Ferrothorn, and he won't be able to gain any health off of it other than his leftovers, just because I will feint to Iron Barb's damage. So now it's not looking too hot. We're down to Milotic and Raichu against the Conk, the Clefable, the Rotom Heat, and the Ferrothorn. I mean, I can bring in Milotic here, hit him with the Hidden Power Fire. He might not expect it because I just don't have anything better to go into. Or I might be trying to scald him. I do go for the Hidden Power Fire. Bop, there goes Ferrothorn. Milotic picking up a kill. Old Williams. Old Williams, the Milotic. It should just be William, not Williams. I don't know why I named it Williams. And then Clefable's going to come in. I can go for a Scald here, which I do. Outspeed. See you later, Clefable. So now we brought it down to 2-2, which is like, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I was really hoping the Rotom would come in and go for Thunderbolt or something along those lines, but unfortunately the Conky Donkey comes in and he can just Drain Punch me until the end of time. I'm assuming he didn't want to bring in the Rotom in because I do have Water-type moves, and he would probably not be able to knock me out in one hit. And we do see Drain Punch, unfortunately, able to knock out Raichu from here, so that probably was because of the Guts. So if I hadn't have burned him, maybe Raichu could have come in and gone for the Psychium Z, knocked out him or the Rotom if the Rotom came in, and then he would have came back out and Psyshock, and then Scald probably would have taken him out. So I think burning the Conkeldurr was our biggest problem. When I did it at the time, I don't know that crit mattered. It didn't, because he gained so much health off it anyway. We wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. But at the time, I was like, yes, I can just stall him out. But then I guess I just wasn't ready for the damage output, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, GG to Master Roshi's link will be in the description below. Be sure to go check him out. pretty good battler, as you can see. I mean, I'm a pretty terrible one, but he's also really good. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone, and go Wild Charge.